It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Los Angeles Clippers. Checking out the Clippers, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And let us talk, guys, about DeAndre Jordan. Incredible player, but if this game comes down to the wire, we might see the hacka, and I know you have some thoughts on this, big fella. You don't even like us to call it the hacka, Shaq.
Yeah, because it didn't work. It definitely didn't work for me. So whoever they're hacking, call it them. We all know that free throws are part of the game, and it's a viable strategy. You know, he has improved on his free throws, but he is a liability in late-game situations. But as long as he hits them when he needs to hit them, he'll be okay. He has to hit at least one.
Well, I think, if you're a dominant player like Shaq was, then the hacker Shaq doesn't work because he was so dominant in other areas. But certain guys, DeAndre now is starting to be dominant in other areas, so it's starting not to work as well. He's starting to increase his play and his scoring ability and his defense. So now the hacker Jordan doesn't have the same impact.
That'll wrap it up as we take you courtside. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, land of the free and the home of
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Lakers looking to make the most out of their home court advantage here at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Tip-off goes to the Lakers. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gator. All fueled up and ready to go. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Pierce in at the small forward. Now here's Bryant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bryant's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Lakers.
And they are on the board first.
Trying to set the tone here early. I like that.
Last season, Kobe with some thoughts on the development of U.S. players last season. Felt that the AAU system, Clark, was problematic.
And I would not disagree specifically in this regard. Too much focus on playing games and winning versus skill development.
Jordan can't get it to go.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Randall a screen on Redick. And Griffin sends it back. Kobe against Redick. Picked by Griffin. Free throw line jump shot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
His positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Bryant with a screen on Paul. Russell kicks to Kobe. Here's Hibbert, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
And with Kobe, who's just so skilled, that critique holds water. Kobe felt that Europeans came into the league with more of a skill set because they learned how to play the game a little bit more collectively than the American players.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Shots good by Clarkson. Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
You know, for Kobe's statement, it's hard to measure something like skill with metrics. I mean, you look at shooting and free throw percentages, and there isn't too much of a difference between U.S. and European players. You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Hibbert with the screen. On the wing, Bryant for three. Can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Paul. He feeds it to Redick. Jordan dishes to Griffin. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Lakers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Clarkson with the ball. Now Pierce defending. Here's Randall. Softly drops in the floater.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
The Clippers trail. Griffin a screen on Russell. And it's Paul penetrating. And that one's good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Russell kicks to Hibbert. Here's Randall. Can't hit. Great D that time from Jordan. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. The pass to Griffin. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Lakers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Clarkson passes to Kobe. With the floater, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Redick kicks to Jordan. Russell against Paul. Clock at 6. And he makes good on the layup.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. Oh, boy, that was a nice job.
It's Pierce with the drive. Paul outside. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Another miss by Griffin.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And Bryant wide open. He shoots. That doesn't go in either for Kobe. Well, the defense is what did the Lakers season in last year, but their offense struggled at times as well, Clark. They just couldn't count on things night to night.
Well, they were near the bottom of the league in most offensive categories, Kevin. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. The efficiency just wasn't there. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Shot to end this cold run. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Kobe's got his second basket of the night.
And with the Lakers and their lack of offense, sometimes teams can hide that by playing good defense, but the Lakers just really didn't have either. A lot of things working against them this past season.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Julius Randle. The Lakers trail.
You know, the Lakers often would get in trouble with slow starts to games because of their offense. I mean, at least they forced a league-high 9 overtime games, going 6-3 in those contests, so the offense seemed to come alive late in games.
Now here's Paul. Redick setting the pick for Paul. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Last season for Chris Paul, another strong season, yet quite a year for him in terms of media hype. He was as strong as ever on the court and off the court.
And that's a great point. You know, he did kind of fly under the radar. It's hard to imagine the first-team Hall of Famer in the future could do that, but a lot of it had to do with Steph Curry kind of coming on to the scene, splashing on the scene, if you will. But he is still one of the top point guards in our league.
He misses the free throw.
You know, for Paul, you talk about the lack of talk about him last year. Very quietly came close to the 50-40-90 club.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Sacre comes in for Roy Hibbert, and it's Williams in for Clarkson. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Pierce. He hits the second from the line.
The 50-40-90 club, something only elite scorers reach, and Paul came close while playing point guard. He might not get the hype he used to, but CP3 is very much still one of the best in our league.
Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 31% here early on, not getting the shots they'd like.
And with Paul, it is all about his consistency. Other point guards will have better years or stretches than him, but he just puts up huge numbers year in and year out, literally like clockwork.
You know, it's amazing to me how little fanfare CP3 gets. I mean, he's not a flashy player, but you look at his effectiveness on the court, and he's a once-in-a-generation kind of talent. I mean, he's done it all his entire career.
Clark, another milestone for Kobe Bryant last season. He reached 30,000 points and 6,000 assists, and no one else has ever done that.
Well, it's rare that you see scorers of that volume reach an assist total that high, but I think it speaks to Kobe's passing ability, which is undervalued and overshadowed at times. Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
And that one's good. Russell.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Now here's Redick. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Griffin. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And Kobe Bean Bryant, the only 30,000-point scorer to go along with 6,000 assists. You know, LeBron might be the next in line to join Kobe in that category.
Williams, that's good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Paul kicks to Jordan. Picked by Griffin. Paul dishes to Redick, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And for Kobe, people have always joked that he's a ball hog and only looks to score. Well, he's the only guy in the history of the league right now with 30,000 points to go along with 6,000 assists. So obviously gifted as a playmaker as well.
The Lakers making a switch here. Young's checked in, and then for Los Angeles, Cole Aldrich. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Smith comes in for Blake Griffin, and Lance Stevenson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Now, here is Russell. 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
The first one falls. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
And so Russell hits them both.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the third seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Now here's Stevenson. He kicks to Aldridge. It's Crawford on the wing. The three-pointer, no good. And here's the Lakers. They're on a 13-3 run. Young passes to Russell. It's good from long range. Russell's got 7. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the second most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Lakers leading by 7. Baz, a screen on Paul. The drive by Russell. Sacre, good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 15 from the field at this point. Smith sets the pick for Stevenson. The dish to Smith. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Smith's got his first 2 points.
Beautiful play by Lance Stevenson. He's as gifted a passer as we have in the league.
Russell against Paul. Russell kicks to Sacre. The baseline J off the mark.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Nobody near Stevenson. And it's Russell with the rebound. Russell's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Williams dishes to Young. On the wing, Williams, defended by Paul. And Williams, here we go. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Williams has got 5 now.
Boy, an awful lot to like about that shot from Williams.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
.144 left here in the first quarter. Stevenson kicks to Paul. Pass to Smith. To the middle. Here's Stevenson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Lance Stevenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games as a DNP CD. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Stevenson, to his credit, he took the benching in stride. He knew he just wasn't a good fit at times.
Yeah, and his coach, Steve Clifford, was upfront about it, and I thought did a nice job handling that. Clifford said he wanted Stevenson as a Hornet, but just couldn't find a unit with which to make it work.
And Stevenson drops them both. Well, you knew things would be different for Lance Stevenson out of Indiana, but it wasn't in a positive way at all.
Yeah, he really struggled to find a role with Charlotte, the team he signed with. Remember, he was more of the point forward, had the ball in his hands in Indiana. Not the case with Charlotte, and also rumored to be traded all last season.
Now here's Crawford. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here is Russell. .102 left to play here in the first. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Russell in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. Clippers trail by 7. To the inside. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Here's Sacre, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Paul against Russell. Paul outside, just 5 to shoot. His 3-pointers off the mark. Fast break, the Lakers. Young with the ball. Russell, no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Lakers lead by 7. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And Blake Griffin grew up playing the game alongside his older brother. His dad was his coach, and he credits his brother for inspiring him to work at his craft.
You know, watching him kind of go through the process of he started to get, recruited by college coaches, and then he, really took his game and became serious about it. And I watched his work ethic, and I watched how he, put the time in, the things he did, and that's kind of where I developed mine.
Well, talking about taking the right course, we know that the older brother of Blake Griffin, 3 years older, he played, as did Blake, for their dad, Tommy, in high school, and they were terrific high school players and 4-time state champions.
I mean, it always helps to have a big brother who's kind of been there and done that and can share those experiences with you. Doesn't hurt to have a dad also who's a pro player either, and also a college coach.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Lakers?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Pierce in at the 3. Now here's Williams. Hibbert with a screen on Paul. And Williams, here we go. Griffin grabs the board. Clippers trail by 7. Here's Crawford. Crawford missing again.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
Here's Paul after the basket by Los Angeles. Pass to Crawford, takes a 3, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And it's 7 points for Crawford.
Kevin, he didn't hesitate that time. The D gave him a step, and he just pulled up and drained the 3.
Thinking about Doc Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that. You went against him.
A leader and a winner, no doubt about it. And there have been a lot of coaches that came from his old Celtics team, and of all of them, perhaps the least surprising is Doc Rivers for the reasons we just mentioned, leader and coach on the floor. You can see the eye contact there, gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Shots good from Young.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Clippers trail by 7. Paul kicks to Crawford. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Lakers. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Redick is checked in. Lakers leading by 7. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Clarkson kicks to Williams. Randall a screen on Redick. Pass to Hibbert. 6 on the shot clock. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Hibbert's got the lead up to 9 now for the Lakers. And
good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Paul. He's got 5. Wants to get it to Pierce and does. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career.
Sure.
Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey, but you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career, and also for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
That one misses.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Now here's Redick following the miss by Lewis Williams. Here's Griffin. Los Angeles with another miss. Bryant with it. Now Pierce defending. Bryant drives in. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
Now here's Williams. He's got 5. From the high post. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Williams has got his third basket of the night. Clippers trail by 10. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Well, taking a look at Lou Williams last year, kind of a typical year for him, a lot of scoring on bad efficiency.
Yeah, and for Lou, he did make it over the 40% field goal mark, but just barely.
Just barely, you're right. Johnson, he's checked in for Paul Pierce. Stolen by Clarkson. And even 3-on-3 break. No good. Johnson with some nice D. Clippers trail by 10.
You know, with Williams, it's more about his ability to create his own shot than his efficiency. It's why he's best suited as a sixth man, in my opinion.
Now here's Paul. He has 5. 6 to shoot. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his third rebound tonight.
And Williams certainly does personify that sixth-man role of instant offense, but it'll be hard to see him in the starting lineup with the way his shooting numbers are.
Lou Williams won the sixth-man award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer. And that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
Both shots good from the stripe.
You know, and when you look at Lou Williams, he's always had a shooting guard skill set in kind of a point guard's body. Now, he's not just a long-range bomber. He will attack the basket and earn his share of trips to the foul line, and that's where he's really deadly. 86% from the stripe last season.
Now here's Paul. Shot clock at 5. Fires it up, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Paul's got 7 points.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
And, you know, back to Williams, sometimes it's better to own one thing, be a master at that, than try to fit a round peg into a square hole. I mean, he's not a really good passer. Never has been. That's not who he is, but he can heat up quickly as a scorer. And that's the side where you put jelly and butter on his toast.
Here's Griffin following the score by Lou Williams. Cannot hit. Redick with the rebound. Redick's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Paul left side. There's the feed to Redick. Picked by Griffin. A step back shot here. The shot by Redick, no good. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Now, here's Clarkson. Not a lot of room. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Johnson. Now, here's Paul. He's covered by Clarkson. From past the arc. But they recover it. Jordan the pass to Johnson. Dishes to Paul. to the middle. The second chance effort, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues in interviews. He's engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed one.
The free throw drops for Griffin.
And talking about Blake Griffin, one of the more well-liked players in our league, but also one of the most teed-up players, top 5 in the league for the past 4 seasons. He's been ejected from several games as well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Julius Randle, and it's Russell in for Williams.
And, you know, getting back to Griffin, it's hard to stay grounded in this league. All the money, endorsements, ad campaigns, commercials, and so forth, that stuff can take you off track. But I think he's going to be grounded and maintain his focus going forward.
Now, here's Clarkson, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe. Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Smith is checked in. Now, here's Clarkson. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Bass dishes to Clarkson. The open shot, Kobe. Rebound by Smith.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And the wide open shot from Redick. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And here are the Lakers. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Russell against Redick. The drive by Russell. Out to the right wing. Here's Clarkson. Power down with both hands.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
On the wing, Johnson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Stevenson outside. Feeds it to Smith. Shot clock at 6. A baseline J. Another shot. Sacre with the block. Bryant with it. 8 points for him. Now Clarkson. And it comes off the front of the rim. Clippers trail by 14. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
The shot by Redick, no good.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Stevenson. Redick against Russell. Bass gets an open look. Here's Sacre, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Young's checked in. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Clippers. Los Angeles shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Guys, Josh Smith, an interesting case. Clark, he shot about 2 triples a game last year, yet for the last 3 seasons, his free throw percentage has been under, surprisingly, 55%.
Yeah, and that's terribly troubling. I mean, his three-point percentage improved in Houston, but the free throws, really, he can do much better than that. You look at his stroke, I think it's just a matter of concentration with Josh.
All free throws good from Lance Stevenson.
And with Smith and his shooting, a lot of it is mental. I mean, he has a terrific stroke from anywhere. The free throws are all in his head because he can make threes. He's just got to be a little more focused.
Here's Crawford, rejected by Young.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
It's Young on the wing, fires the 3. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Bryant's got 3 assists tonight.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And, you know, thinking again about Smith, he made some big shots for the Rockets last year, but you never know quite what you're going to get with him taking perimeter shots.
Now here's Stevenson, just 4 to shoot. Redick for 3. The Lakers with the rebound. Bass has got 4 rebounds now tonight, and Young kicks to Bryant. Again, the Lakers.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Here's Crawford, following the basket by Kobe Bryant. They set the screen. Stevenson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Clippers making a change here. Pierce is checked in. .112 left in the first half of the game. Russell against Stevenson. The drive by Russell. Big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
Taking 2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Russell.
And the Clippers not known for being an outside shooting team, but they take a large amount of deep mid-range 2s as well as their fair share of 3s.
And so Russell hits them both. Clippers trail by 21. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Kicks to Smith. Will it go? The rebound by Sacre. Sacre has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. For the Clippers, you think of Lob City and it's all dunks. But the reality is, Clark, as Greg was just talking about, that just isn't the case.
It really isn't. I mean, they also led the league in pull-up shots attempted by a wide margin, about 24 pull-up Jays a game.
The shot by Bryant, no good. And Los Angeles guys shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Stevenson passes to Aldridge. Stevenson dishes to Aldridge. Crawford drives in. There's the bucket. Good. Crawford's got 7 now in this quarter. Here is Bryant. From deep three-point range. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Los Angeles on top, up 19. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach, with the foul trouble right now, do you plan on resting your starters and relying on your bench?
Well, we're going to have to, so whether I have trust or not, and I do, they're going to play regardless.
Coach, thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, what do you think?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm. As smart and as safe as they're playing, they made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Sloppy ball, way too many wasted possessions, chucking up threes, missing them. I could hit more threes than that, Ernie. I hope they're talking right now about getting the ball inside, because that's what it's going to take. If they were hitting more threes, that'd be a different story. But if was the fifth, Ernie, you know the rest.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.